Hello, guys. Hello. Wendy, I see your comment. Geez, oh, Pete's girl, it was 2 minutes. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so glad you're excited. No, we were just chatting. I was trying to get questions in and everything filled out, and like mentally get my mind back into what the heck we're doing because this is a bonus. Like normally we don't meet this month because that's why I was like, it feels like we just did this, and we did 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you guys didn't know, we will be discussing ONYX Storm today.
Whoop, whoop.
There will be spoilers, spoilers, and more spoilers. So, if you don't want to hear spoilers, you should probably leave and watch this after you finish ONYX Storm. I will say I finished this 2 days after it came out. 3 days.
3 days. Yeah.
I feel like it was 2 days. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But and then I've been doing theories, like listening to the book tour, all that kind of stuff. But holy moly, I feel like I forgot a lot of little details. So bear with me if I'm not all there yet on everything. But yeah, let us know that you're here. Use a black heart if you read ONYX Storm, or really any emoji that is like ONYX Storm related to let us know you're here. I did want to give a few announcements because we'll probably go a little bit longer than normal. Normally we stick to like an hour and a half, and we are planning on going to 10 p.m. Eastern, so about 2 hours. If you have to leave, no biggie. We totally understand. So I want to give announcements now while you guys are still here. So first announcement is we did finally pick, after it was a dead tie, for March's pick, and that will be, you want to grab it for me? March's pick will in fact be, I love you guys so much, Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. I am so excited. I only made you guys not pick this 2 times before I'm like, okay,
we're doing it.
We're gonna do it now. But it's green and gold, which I feel like is perfect for March.
Yeah.
It's more dragons, and I'm super excited for it. So we will be reading this book in March, taking a break in April, and then in May we will be reading the Book of Azrael. So, and I had a banner for this whole thing. Well, I'm like trying to remember. So
there we go.
We will be doing that so you guys can prepare. This is a newer book, Fear the Flames. I know it's a little bit harder to get. I apologize, but it's like the balance of trying to get ahead of the curve, but also, trying to do backlisted stuff that's a little bit more available. So we're kind of doing both. We're going to do a newer book and then do a backlisted book a little bit more. So I'm excited for that. Thank you. Oh, if you guys don't know, this is my husband, Matt.
Hey, everybody.
He did help out with the Iron Flame discussion. I will say, when Matt is around, there's a lot more swearing. So FYI, if you have little ears.
Sorry. Not sorry.
I apologize. I also don't apologize. And then I just notice myself swearing more when he's around. But so we'll blame him. Oh, hang on. That was the wrong one. Okay. So yeah, let us know you're here. We're happy to spend another Monday with you. And then we have one more announcement. There is finally Tales of Starlight book merch.
Yay!
Available. Oh yeah, I had a thing for this too.
There you go.
I know I have merch 4 times. There's only one merch thing available so far. But it says Tales of Starlight Book Club on the front. And then the back says, "Take me away with Tales of Starlight." And then it says Book Club at the very bottom. I designed this. I actually drew the little dragon and some of the details and designed it all, and I will be making these, and they're all made to order, so the turnaround time is way longer, unfortunately. But once you order, then I'll order the stuff and then I'll make it. So It only comes in navy unless you send me a super, super sweet message and you want a different color. But I love the navy. So I know we talked about that since literally like September. So I'm
good.
glad that I finally have that listed. It's on my Etsy Willow Star Market. If you guys aren't familiar with that, it's all down below in the description. But okay, with that, we will get started. And I'll probably go over that all again, but I just want to know that you guys are here. And I'm excited. We are here. I'm sorry for making you wait. Sometimes not everyone gets on right away and it takes a hot minute. So I'm normally not super rushy, but I try not to make it more than a couple minutes later. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I am very excited. Honestly, I feel like we're going to just be like squirreling all over with this discussion because so much happened in this book. Holy cow. And I'm here for it. It took me a while. I had a lot going on. Wendy, that is an understatement of a century. But I'm glad. I mean, it's all good. April finally got it done.
I did. I finished Saturday.
And I didn't spoil it. Do you know how hard it was to not accidentally send her something that was just like a random, like, cute little meme? And I'm like, or then she even messaged me about something. I was like,
Oh.
I thought I totally ruined something for her.
Yeah, and I did really good to keep my algorithm at bay on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the things, because I wouldn't click on anything because I didn't want even like the smallest bit of spoilers. So I was like, I'm not clicking on anything. I'm not watching any reels until it's time. And then, anyways, I got filtered in like as I read, so it was fine. It worked out great.
Well, and like, I feel the first week people gave like spoiler warnings.
Yeah.
And then now I just
a free for all.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you can read it and it says spoiler, and it's like that's not helpful if
Right.
you already read the middle part. But
Yeah.
I hate rooting things for people. I hate spoilers. So yeah, I hope everybody was able to avoid it. Hi, Hannah. I am so happy that you are like now a Fourth Wing fan. That makes me so excited. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yes. And I want to say thank you to you guys. I'm sorry if my setup's a little bit different and I'm on a TV tray and I touch it a lot. So I'm sorry for like swaying.
Well, and my camera follows me. So the whole entire thing's just going to be moving everywhere.
Just close your eyes if you start getting motion sickness.
Yeah,
from us.
don't look.
But yes, thank you guys. I just hit 600 subscribers today. So this is like extra special. I really appreciate it.
Yay.
It means a ton to me. Yes, thanks Tina for joining. Yes.
Hi,
Thanks. So glad Matt's here. It's on Kindle University.
Unlimited.
That's I was like, is it gonna teach me how to use Kindle? It took me longer than I would have liked, but pesky body needed sleep. Yes. I feel that. That's like, I don't know, even going like to the midnight premiere and then trying to read, it was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do this. Plus, there's so much that happened. Yeah. Sometimes I just have a hard time reading quickly through it, but I was here for it. I started already because I wanted to read it. Oh, she's talking about Fear the Flames.
Oh,
yeah.
Got it.
I did not know it's on Kindle Unlimited now.
I didn't either.
That is good to know. I know the Book of Azrael is. That makes me really happy because I don't think it was.
Hello.
Wendy got to meet Matt. I made Matt.
It's not a lie.
Mr. Potty Mouth.
That's funny.
Bad influence.
Fair.
Yeah, whatever. I swear, like a sailor without him. I live in the Northeast. Swear. Oh, yes. I can read. Sometimes I don't know. I am horrible at reading out loud. Matt is not horrible at reading out loud. So this is
I
something.
took a Shakespeare class.
What does that do with anything?
That's all we had to do was read Shakespeare out loud.
Oh my gosh, that's painful. I
It
couldn't.
was the most fun and hilarious class I ever took in my life.
That's hysterical.
Yeah.
Didn't your teacher buy you?
She bought me the complete Shakespeare works. It's like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
I know. Who would have
crazy.
thought this man
Right.
here? Not me. I love that merch. Thank you. I'm really excited for it. I mean, like I said, I've had it made since before April and I went to Disney World, but sometimes just getting out of my comfort zone is getting out of my comfort zone.
Yep. I live.
Yes. See, I knew what she meant. Thank you. Thank you guys. I'm glad you love it. We just wanted to start coming out with merch, and we've had this book club for over a year now. So
Yeah.
it was time.
Yep.
And I'll probably come up with more eventually, you know. Hi Tammy. Thanks for
Tammy.
joining. I accidentally let something big slip talking to my niece, but thankfully she didn't hear me.
Ooh.
She still hasn't finished. Yeah, it's hard. My sister-in-law, who is staying with us, so Matt's youngest sister, still hasn't finished Fourth Wing, but she knows big spoilers.
It's hard to read once you know.
It's so hard to talk about anything.
Yeah.
And she wants to read it, but like we're just like, let's sit down and listen. And she's like, no. I'm like, it's been great, but also, and then she likes spoilers, and I'm like, I refuse. Even though she's probably on TikTok and knows everything by now, but
Yeah.
we'll see. Kindle Unlimited. That's we knew. My niece added me to her Discord group, Smut University. So
That's funny. That's awesome.
I love it. The only way to properly read Shakespeare is out loud.
It's true.
Are you gonna read it to me now?
You won't.
He has the full work, so you know.
To be fair, Shakespeare is hard for me to like get into.
It's for smart people.
Whack.
I was gonna say, and instantly he loses his fan base.
The joke.
What did I miss? I'm pouring some wine. Yes.
Nice.
But, no big deal. We just talked about our March and May picks, the merch that came out, and that we're here talking about stuff, and my husband dissing me, you know? Oh, and I hit 600 subscribers today.
Whoop, whoop.
Fun stuff. Okay, let's get into it. Like I said, these are really kind of chaotic because I just know that we are just going to go on tangents, and I'm here for it. That's what I'm excited for. So, out of 5 stars, what is your rating? I loved this book. Absolutely adored it. Easy 5 stars for me.
I'll go with a 5.
You're gonna give it 5 stars?
I know. Usually I'm the king of like
Wow.
4.8 or 4 point.
No, he's like 4.73, and I'm like, that's not. You gave it 5 stars?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, I take it back. I give it 4.5.
No,
I didn't
no.
like some things.
You already said
Oh, you didn't like some things? Okay.
I wanted some more.
Okay.
it.
Spice? Is it the spice?
No. I mean, that's what we're all here for, right?
Right. He wants to join Smut University too.
I will be the principal of that.
The principal. So great.
Well, if it's a university, would it be
The dean, whatever.
The dean. Yeah. That's so funny.
April?
Well, 5 stars. Yeah. Now, of course, there's things that, you know, I would have wanted more of, but we'll get it. We'll get it. Maybe. Or we'll lose everything.
Right. I know. I understand where people are like, nothing was accomplished. And I was like, technically, yes.
Yeah.
we have more questions than we have answers, but we did have answers. And like, that's what I'm just here for. Like, I felt like the first 2 books really set the playing field, and now stuff was just all over chaotic. But then we're still kind of like,
wait, what?
We're still in the same
where are we?
Yeah.
Like, yes.
But I am here for it.
Yeah.
600 or 700. So I am at 668 on Instagram and 600 here on YouTube. So I'm getting really close.
That's awesome.
Because on Instagram I was at 666. So I'm like, please, someone. I'm not superstitious, but I'll be at that number. Hi, Wendy. I probably can't stay long. I'm not feeling amazing today. Oh, I'm so sorry. And no worries. You guys are always welcome to rewatch this later whenever you can. We will probably go longer than normal, but I get it. It's a Monday night. It's hard for a lot of people. 5 stars for Beth. But I gave it 5 stars, of course. Yay, yay. I know not everybody gave like it 5 stars. It gave me a 5-star. The ending sent it to a 5 for me, which I was wondering because Hannah just started reading the series like
she read all 3 books. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh dang.
Like crazy fast. Like, and so sometimes I just don't know like how that affects like, because I mean all of the cliffhangers right back to back to back. Oh my gosh, are you okay, Hannah? Definitely in the minority, but it was a 2.5 for me. Oh, I'm sorry, Tina.
I want to hear more about that.
Yeah, that is completely okay. This is the most 5 stars I've heard. A lot of the people I talked to right after who finished like in the first week of me were like 3.5. Yeah. So you're definitely not the only one who wasn't as in love with it. But hopefully we can change your mind just a little bit talking about it. 5 stars for Yvette. 5 stars for Tammy. Apparently all the 5-star people wanted to show up today, and everyone who didn't like it was like, I'm not coming.
Not sharing.
They don't want to hear me gushing about it when normally I drag all the books through Kohl's. Smut University literally has dean, headmaster, all that. It's all books, not just Smut. I love that. You're a little
next
statitious. Statitious. Just a little. No, I am indeed okay.
That's so great.
I am DNF.
Oh my gosh.
Books right after.
Dang.
Yeah, I was in a little bit of a book funk afterwards. That's why I tried to like completely switch up genres, but that's rough.
I haven't read since though.
He didn't read a book prior for like 6 months. I've been trying to get him to read Throne of Glass, like my life depended on it.
I listen to him at work, but I'm off right now, so
yeah. He's done no reading, and I'm just like, and then finally he's like, okay, I'll read it.
I jumped into Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams and finished it in 2 days. Well, 2 nights. And so that got me, I mean, I'm not out of the slump, but at least I read a bingeable book that came 5 stars right after this. So hopefully I can get into another book.
What did I read right after? I listened to so much stuff, and like, I'll completely change it to like a thriller or a rom-com or something completely different. Yeah, but it's hard. It's so hard. Yeah, I don't know how you're functioning after. Right? She's like, I'm gonna read a fun book about dragons, and then like, what? What?
I feel that books. I read the last 3 ACOTAR books back to back to back. Like,
oh yeah,
bam, 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 and I was like, okay, I'm done for a while.
But see, this is why I don't get through series, is because I actually don't. I will like pace myself on it, but then I tend to forget things too, and then I'll just reread everything after I slowly read. Yeah. You know, I just make it harder for myself. I'm listening and I'm starting to think that a lot more happened than it appears on the first read, at least for me. I may start on my theories after another reread. I completely agree. Yeah. Especially, so I love Fantasy Fangirls podcast. If you guys don't know about them, they're 2 sisters. Both of us were able to meet Lexi and Nicole, and the podcast helps so much break down everything. They do chapter breakdowns, they deep dive. They are super smart. And I also feel like I know dig this much right now. I want to reread it, but unfortunately, with like time and everything, I'm not going to be able to probably reread it till this summer, where I fully like immerse myself into all the little details again. Because that's what I love about Rebecca's writing, because I don't think we can get it all in the beginning.
Well, like I re-listened to Fourth Wing and Iron Flame when I was at work this summer, and I picked up on a lot more than what I did when I read it the first time. And then I was like, wait a minute. And stuff started clicking a little bit better, so like I'm down for that.
Well, and there's even stuff that we were listening with Matt's sister in Fourth Wing after I had finished Onyx Storm, that I was just like jumping in when she was listening to it, and there was like parts that I'm like, they talk about this. I put it in the Discord, but like it was Violet had said something, and I'm like, whoa, this means so much more in Storm now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like not only do I need to reread Onyx Storm, I need to reread the whole series again in its entirety.
Yeah.
It's just, I completely agree. I tried to listen to the last ending part before we hopped on here, and I didn't get to it. I got to Imogen's point of view, and that's as far, because I listened to right after Andarna left up until then, and I'm like, there's just so much that happens.
What happened? Yeah.
And even the fact that we get Rhee's point of view, Imogen's point of view, like we get so many point of views at the end too, that it's like, wait, why is this happening?
Yeah.
What is like that threw me off so much when I first read this.
Yeah.
So I'll be leaving now. No, don't leave. I want to change your rating. Please stay. I just finished my first book after Onyx Storm, and I finished it weeks ago. It was a huge book hangover. Maybe that's why I've just been so slow at reading anything.
Maybe.
My brain's just trying to still process Onyx Storm.
Yeah. And my Libby keeps just throwing books at me. I'm like, I've been waiting months for these books, and all of them are available now. I'm like, okay, well, guess we're just gonna push through this.
Yes, it's like everyone just finished Onyx Storm, and they're like, I can't. So like everyone is like, take my hold. See, Wendy says you need to read Throne of Glass.
I'm halfway through the first one.
I'm making him read them chronologically because he doesn't know spoilers, and I think he would enjoy it more that way. I will say I'm only halfway through Throne of Glass series, so I'm not one to talk. But yeah. Oh yes, I read Rebel Witch right after. Rebel Witch, I get my copy. Hannah, I saw you got your copy today. I'm super jealous.
I know, right?
I didn't have time to read it today if I got it today, but it comes tomorrow, and I plan on starting that tomorrow.
Nice.
So I'm very excited. Bookish Daddy gave it 2.5 stars.
Oh, snap.
Oh, see, you're not alone, Tina.
Yeah. It's okay.
That's 2.5 stars. Dang. Oops, hang on. I missed. Have you listened to all the Gallic names and me? It's gonna be a long show, guys.
I was just trying to help.
It is very cool. I also do feel sad when they like say how bad Rebecca slaughters them, but I, even with the correct pronunciation of things, still cannot say things correctly. But I love the hidden meanings behind everything. Even listening to like Brennan changing his name meant resurrected, or like the name he changed it to, which now I'm blanking on. Like it all has meanings, and I think it all is going to play a bigger purpose into it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joshua. I'm hoping you or Josh would pop in. Yeah, I know that not everybody loved this one, and I'm very sorry. I'm very thankful I did rereads. I reread the first two last summer
Mm-hmm.
before the Dragon Gauntlet, so I felt pretty up to date on everything.
I've only reread Fourth Wing. I didn't reread. I reread the last 5 chapters, I think, of Iron Flame, something like that. I read a little bit towards the end of Iron Flame.
I wasn't confused at all. I did not struggle, and I know a lot of people that struggled didn't reread the first books.
Yeah.
But then I just know that there's gonna be all these characters, and
Yeah.
I'm not gonna know who or what or anything means until, like, the dust settles and either someone tells me that they're important, like, listening to Fantasy Fangirls, and they, like, deep
Yeah.
dive, and I'm like, "Oh, I didn't think about that," or I just wait for Rebecca to tell me if they're important, you know?
Right.
Will they come back up? Will they not? Nah, we'll find out. So I just when it comes to characters like that, I just roll with it.
Yeah.
When Indarna left, I full out cried. I was trying to hide my face from everyone. I was not okay either.
Yeah.
I definitely threw a mother trucker out there.
Yeah. Yeah. That was ridiculous.
100% Matt needs to read Throne of
I'm
Glass.
getting on it.
I know. The more we push, the more he won't do it. It's the same with
The
his
ADHD thing.
It's the same with his sister trying to get her to read Fourth Wing.
I mean, obviously, everyone can see that I'm stimming right now by moving all the time.
I'm gonna make you sit still. Sir and ma'am, get on it. I'm gonna start bullying you on Throne of Glass.
Yeah.
The problem is I read Air of Fire really, really fast, and then I'm like, whoa, I need to like go back and re-listen to it before I proceed again because I started the next book, Queen of Shadows, and then I was like, I need to go back. I also gave Onyx Storm 2.53 stars. I hated it so much, and Taryn is my love.
I'm pretty sure I know why. Just I know that a lot of people rated. I read that wrong. My bad. I thought it said Iron Flame. I made a mistake. I'm human.
Reminder, don't judge it on the first book. That's what I told him too. And I
like it.
I know. It reminds him of
Assassin's Creed,
the video
Black
game.
Flag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Black Flag specifically. Well, not hate, but definitely not love. I'm sorry. I really re-listened to Fourth Wing and Iron Flame on repeat leading up to Onyx Storm.
Nice.
Well, and you're a deep diver, Beth, so I'm sure your brain was just processing everything at a higher caliber than people who didn't. Because there's just seriously is so much. There's so much. Even like once you finish it, going back and re-listening it, she puts Easter eggs in everything.
Yeah.
I know everybody is obsessed with that. I'm loving it so far, but I feel like we're reading so many fantasies, and then I have to reread it to get back in it because I know it's everybody's favorite. Hannah, if you ever want to chat about it, that would help me greatly. Yes, I do plan. I want to finish it this year. I think I'll take a month and actually try to like finish the whole series together and not hop around. But there's so many books to read.
Yeah.
I know. I was bound and determined to read it last year, and then things just got crazy. I love AC. Oh, Assassin's Creed.
Mm.
He's so sassy. I only have the last 2 books to read of Throne of Glass. That's so exciting.
How many is that?
8.
8.
Mm-hmm. But they get progressively bigger.
Yeah.
What are we on? We're on 5? No. What's Queen of Shadows? 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
They're big books. Hannah squeal. Yes. Okay. Sorry. That was a lot to just get the ratings. Okay. I just this is a personal.
Let me get your little box. Hold on.
Okay. This is in no way intended towards anybody specific or anyone. But if you guys joined us last year for Iron Flame, I, from the get-go, said that I didn't think Dane was that bad, and I was ridiculed, torn to pieces, told me I was crazy, told me, how could you? Like, what are you thinking? Are you delusional? What kind of person? And I'm like, just hold on. Give the boy a chance to get away from his evil dad, and let's see what happens. So I just want to say, guys, what do you think of Dane now? How do you feel about him? I love seeing everyone like freak out about over Dane and Sloan, but I just know that you guys were the ones crapping all over him, saying how much you hated him, how he's disgusting, how you can't stand him. What do you think of him now?
My feelings are finished. I still think he's a POS.
Why?
I just don't like him. The image I have of him in my head is a punchable face.
Yes.
And I can't get over it.
When
he
he
has
learned
redeemed himself a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, but it's just a punchable face.
He literally got Papa Sorengale's info. He's
Well,
literally
good for him.
He helped save Mira.
Good, he needs to do something.
Yeah, exactly. He's got to start pegging himself back up there.
Exactly.
You have to think Dane is a rule follower. His whole life, all he knew was structure.
AKA
and
boring.
He is married to a rule follower. So.
Yeah, and without me, it'd be boring.
It'd be boring.
Anyways, this question was personally for me just to semi-attack all the people who jumped on me.
Well,
last time.
Well, at least we know that he gets it from he gets it honest. So he gets it honest because he's his dad's son and his dad's a complete jerk and all the things. So he was raised that way. So
but he's raised with structure. He's raised with rules. He's raised with like black and white. There's no gray area.
So
he believes the people he cares about. Like, and I've been saying that from the get-go. But
there's a theory going around on all the socials about Dane, and I'm on the train.
Oh, I need to know this. I need to know the theory.
So a lot of people think that because of how many Venom had infiltrated the school, that Dane actually was one that had been turned.
Oh, okay.
And I'll go into that more later, but
there's
things that make sense to me.
Uh-huh.
I'll be on the island alone. I don't care.
Okay, like I'm not saying like I don't know. So fantasy fangirls, like everyone is like, I love Dane, like, and they're swooning. I'm like,
no,
screw all of you.
The same thing about
not there.
Timon, didn't they?
No, I don't remember. Let's not spoil. Let's try not to spoil other series for people, just in case. Oh, Dane's eyes on me, Atos. That guy, I'm obsessed with him now. Thank you. Thank you. I also was like, what? That's a true enemies to lovers right there. Like, I'm about that.
He did get a good line. He did get a good redeemable line in the eyes on me.
I mean, Dane isn't that bad, but somehow is
right?
The worst.
Yes. Agreed.
He was definitely redeemed. I felt like I was good with him after the second book. Yeah, I felt like a lot of, like, even then I was like, what? Why do you guys hate him? And then now I'm like, just leave him be. Just leave him be.
You all have that theory that I can fix him, right?
What?
You guys are the girls that are, I can fix him.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Because we're going to fix Zayden, too.
Well, we can fix him. We can't fix Dane.
It's
in his inner core being.
Not if he falls in love with Sloan. Yeah. Because that's going to just, like, his whole world. Like, Dane was the reason her brother died. Like,
well, what if Rebecca kills her off? Then what's he going to do?
Maybe he'll turn Venom.
He's going to be evil.
Maybe he already is.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know.
There's one specific thing why I think he is, and you already know.
Because of the mark.
Yeah, or the lack thereof.
Yeah. Which I find so sus, and like that's all into theories. I didn't even put that as like I feel like there's so many theories going around right now, and my brain can't even process like why things would
There's
be.
a million.
Well, and some of them I've had some friends send me some, and I actually was like, no, I feel like I can debunk that. But then there's some that I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. But I still don't love him.
Right.
I get that. I get if you don't love it. There's some people though that are like so obsessed with him now. I'm like, but where were you when you were all lashing out at me, calling me cray cray? I was also attacked for liking Dane and thinking it wasn't really his fault. So I've liked him since Iron Flame. Thank you. Thank you. I like Dane. He made one mistake based off what he thought was right and immediately fixed it. His thoughts, attitude, and didn't want to try to push the relationship. That's how I took it too. Thank you.
I mean, I agree with that. I just don't like him.
But this is true. This is very true.
Right.
He is no Xaden, nor will he. Right. But I think, yeah, like Joshua said, like it's just he did what he thought he was supposed to do, and when he found out he was wrong, I think it rocked his whole world, and now he's like, okay, how can I actually be a better person? But that takes a lot of like self-reflection.
Oh, for sure. And like he's definitely making like he turned it around. I just don't like him.
Okay, ma'am. He's getting a little better. This was mostly directed at Wendy, and then Laura, she's not here either. This is I love you guys, and that's why I can call you out on it. He's getting a little better, but he's still a super douche, and I don't like him.
Right.
And I'll not ever stop saying, oh no, what do they call him now? I'm not gonna say because it's God fucking damn it, Dane. What?
You just said it.
But that's I know, but like they call it
something
something different now. They changed it to like golly, it's something like Daddy Dane instead.
Whoa.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh. That's a little too far.
I don't know. I am like, I like this guy.
Yes.
High five, we're still. And Dane is boring though, just like Peanut.
Right. Oh gosh.
I will agree with that. That also. But Dane's day, I can go take a long walk off.
Literally.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
I feel like he's going to be the ultimate villain. Like, like one of the ultimate villains. Because the fact that he is still in the story, but not dead yet is kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like, Dane is boring. I can't wait till the next book and everyone's like, I love Dane.
That's funny.
Yes.
Oh, funny.
I don't hate him. I just think he's forgettable.
That's funny.
That's fair.
Dane.
Casualty very soon.
Yes.
I know. I have a feeling he's going to make it to book 5.
Yeah.
I have a feeling there's going to be a very big scene with him.
It's just I feel like we have just gotten the tip of the iceberg with him. Like, we're just like leading up to him being one of the huge villains at the end. He has to be, right? I mean, it just wouldn't.
Well, yeah, because he was in with Melgren and Farish.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was all buddy with all them guys, and they all turned out the way they did. So
yeah, and Farish was awful. I don't mind Dane either. I felt he redeemed himself, but honestly, I don't have strong feelings either way about him.
I mean, he's a forgettable character, right? He's not the main dude. He's like the best friend that just kind of.
Well, that's exactly what he is. That's exactly. He was the love that Violet thought she was supposed to have until her whole world just got blasted open, and now she's with the best shadow daddy there is. Yeah. I mean, I was also attacked for not hating Dane. I don't think it was fully his fault. He was manipulated by his dad, and he has done so much to try to make it right. I have liked him since Iron Flame. Thank you. That's how I feel too. Because I didn't love him, but oh my gosh, the amount of the flack that I got for not hating him. I was like, y'all, I'm just waiting for that redemption arc. Can no one mess up ever? Like, holy cow, guys. He was still manipulative and trying to always mansplain to Violet because that's what he like it was bred into him. He just gotta break those. And I think Sloane is the perfect girl to rip that all down. I'm so bitter that he wouldn't help Violet in Fourth Wing. That's fair. Like, even if he didn't betray the book, he was still in that book, he was controlling, and I am not about that. I agree. That's not my type. I'm the bossy one.
I saw the eyebrows.
He didn't deny it. He didn't deny it. He got a good line that had me like for a second, but not.
Yeah. Yep, I agree.
Just wait till he gets paragraphs and pages next book. I can't fix wet bread, but I can fix the spelling.
That's funny.
I love that. Rebecca did make a good point. She said Dane gets hate for reading minds, but none of y'all cared when Xaden did it. And then she goes, "It's because he's hot, isn't it?"
Yes. Absolutely.
That's how I took it. I'm like, oh, come on, guys. Golly gee.
Daddy, oh
Daddy Dane. Just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Yeah. No.
I don't like it.
Not calling him that.
I don't like it at all.
This isn't directed at anyone. Proceeds to call out Wendy and Laura.
She did. Remember that. She did.
It's because I love them and they know it. But they were relentless with my not hate towards Dane.
That's funny.
You did not just come for PETA.
Oh,
I'll back you, Yvette. Sam, kick her out. I'll just take myself out. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, he's boring as white bread.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
This is about to be a throw down. It's him
Agreed.
or Markham. Yes. And I mean, now we already like pan check and all of that at the end that I just like, that's what I really wanted to reread. I should have just reread that chapter, but it's fine.
We'll get through it.
If you guys didn't know, I am also talking about ONYX Storm with a Zoom discussion with my Patreons in 2 weeks too. So if you need more, join my Patreon. Because I'm sure we'll all proceed to like go even crazier. Hannah now feels personally victimized. I love you guys. Poor Hannah has had people hating on her fave books all day. Give her a break. No, Hannah. Your bright white bread coverage is my entire night. You guys. It's all love here.
Right.
It's all love. We all love and care about each other. We aren't going to take things personally. I mean, I cared when Xaden did it, but there's a difference between doing it for trust and doing it after trust. That's why I was more okay with it. Agreed.
Well, yeah. Okay. So, like, Violet can talk back to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's still an invasion.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't realize how it was happening at first, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's still not right.
No, like, I get
The
there's a
difference.
I get that there's a difference. I'm just like, there's a lot of gray area. Still so destroyed. I'm not going to make the discussion. I know. I said that I would actually have another discussion just so we could still talk about
We're
stuff.
just gonna make a limited series on this,
right? Yeah.
I love talking about books, and especially books that have so much stuff to talk about. Like, we're still on the second question.
Right.
Yeah, she didn't know Xaden was reading impressions at first. Yeah. And I mean, it's a lot of gray area. It's a lot of gray area. Okay, so this is kind of like, okay, which question do you think I should do next? Well, okay, speaking of Dane.
Let's throw that one out there.
Speaking with Dane, who is
Imogen.
who is your favorite side love interest? Because there were actually a lot in this book.
Yeah.
And I really loved getting that. I don't know. I'm here for Dane and Sloane because I think that is like a super true enemies to lovers, and I am all about that trope. I am here for redemption, more of Dane and like him breaking down all of those walls
Did
that his
we-
dad built up.
Was it explained that Sloane knows that Dane was the reason why her brother died?
I
Was that
feel like she
explained? Does
should know. I don't know. I feel like she
I don't
should
know.
know.
I
I
can't
don't know.
remember.
I don't
I
know if
can't
it was
remember.
ever on page.
Yeah.
But so you are here for Imogen and Garrick.
I'm just Team Imogen.
Just
Whoever she wants, she gets. Because I would go after Imogen. 100%.
That's great.
I know who his crush is now.
Right.
There was no question from book 1.
I'm liking the Mira and Drake. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm
Drake.
liking
I
them.
believe so.
Yeah, I think. It's a D and there's a K.
Yeah. Because it's not Traeger was Cat,
Right.
which
Yeah.
I was here for that. I was here for that till poor Traeger.
Well, and you know.
Did you just throw that on the ground?
No.
Y'all. The way he treats books, he's literally Jonathan Bailey in
In Wicked.
Wicked.
When I saw that, I was like, I can dance on books and not get in trouble.
Like, Sam, look what I learned.
No.
I'll do the dance if you let me do.
No.
You
Only
should.
used books. Used thrifted books no one wants to read.
Oh my gosh.
Give me all the discussions. Yeah, I could talk about this forever and ever and ever. Mira and that other guy, I forgot his name.
Yeah. Let's go, Wendy.
Yes, I also love how much she hates him.
Drake.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
Drake.
it's so great.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, she's gonna love him.
Right.
She's gonna fall madly in love with him, and it's not just for broccoli.
Yes. Right.
Does Taryn count? I love him. I am really worried on what's gonna happen with Taryn and Sigale. I consider that like a love interest, even though they're already together, but that does scare me. Like,
I know.
what is their relationship?
There's a big shift that's about to happen.
Yeah. And she's so hard right now. Like, I don't know. I don't know if like is Xaden affecting her? Like, is him being Venom like creeping into her and not turning her, but warping her perception? I don't know.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, that's
because she's changed this whole book. Like, she's really ticked off at Xaden and is like, I hate that this is the path that you've chosen and you're settling for it, and like almost being like a mom and like, get out of this, you know, and trying to get him to not fall for it. Or is she giving into his things and pulling away from Taryn? Like, I don't know. It's weird.
Well, and that's like, do we know what happened to her? Like, Xaden's gone.
Right.
Where's Sigale? Do we know if Sigale is there or gone? I don't think we know that.
I don't think we know.
I'm not sure.
Which one can assume that Xaden's gone, that if she's gone, what happens to their bond?
Right.
That's actually a great point.
I don't know. She was really moody in this book.
I feel like she's moody in general.
Well, you could see it.
But
the way she made it was that she was breaking away, like distancing from everybody. Because it says in the book that she and Taryn weren't like speaking by the end of it.
Yeah.
So you could see her progressively breaking away.
But I also think it has to do because I think Naolin turned Venom, and Naolin was Taryn's last rider. And I wonder, because like, did Taryn break the bond with Naolin, and he's mad at Sigale for not breaking the bond with Xaden? Because Taryn calls Xaden the Dark One. Right. And like, I was like, oh, he's like done with him. He doesn't trust him. He doesn't like him. And then now this is such a great point.
Yeah.
That was
that was not a relationship that was on my radar. That is a huge point.
Yeah.
I would like Mira to find someone too.
Yeah.
Yes. And I mean, if we're gonna talk about Mira, this didn't happen in this book, but we can all speculate with Brennan
Yeah.
and that, because like what? Oh, you looked at me like you were
I was waiting to hear what you
questioning.
were gonna say.
Well, because there's theories that I don't know how like much this is true, but like, would it have been Naolan? That's who saved Brennan, wasn't it? Now I question everything. Then I'm like, wait, and
Who
is
did I
this
hear it from? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
who was it that or who saved Brennan? Anyways, there's a whole theory about like him and him being Venom and all that fun stuff
Check
too.
the fact
I know there's this is where I'm like, I need a whole
because
character list.
I've seen
Yeah.
theories that like Barish is somehow involved with Brennan. Because if you go back and translate like his last name or something, it means the same thing. Like I don't know, I saw a weird
As
thing.
Barish?
I was very confused.
No. May Varish be dead and lonely for a long, long time.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, whoever that guy was, Drake.
He was a Griffin Rider, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Team Imogen.
Yeah. Yeah. Naolan died to save Brennan,
Yeah, and
Okay.
wasn't that Taryn's?
Taryn's former rider.
Yeah. So there's a theory that he changed to save Brennan, and then that's why Taryn will not talk about Venom. Like he shuts it down. He is like, we will not talk about my last rider. We will not say what happens. And I think it's because he's Venom.
Oh.
Anyways.
Aw.
I'm here protecting someone. I know.
I know.
I would. She's probably like, I'm done.
You're right. Forget it.
Go love myself. Go love no one else.
I feel like Kat and we just need to. Okay.
Bodhi?
Wait.
Yeah.
That's the one I like, right?
That'd be good.
Or you mean Riddick?
Riddick.
Oh, Riddick.
Yeah.
Riddick needs somebody. But is Riddick after Jasenia?
No, Sawyer.
That's Sawyer.
Sawyer. Okay. I got them mixed up a couple times in the book. Yeah,
I know.
Riddick needs somebody.
I know.
I mean, Riddick has everybody, right?
Right.
I feel like Riddick is like way too wild to calm down just yet. Like he's too young. He is going to live his life for a good long time, and then maybe down the road.
But I just think Kat needs a rebound at the moment.
Oh, for a rebound. I was gonna say I don't mind her with Bodhi, but I feel like Kat is destined to be like a queen or some powerful leader somewhere. So maybe Halden.
Oh,
I wouldn't wish that on her.
No.
I wouldn't wish that on her.
No, that's bad.
Poor Kat's love life. Yeah, it's awful. Girl can't catch a break. I'm 100% for Taryn and Sigale always. Yes. I just feel like there's going to be some huge rifts in their relationship too. I also have a very bad feeling about Taryn with this whole series.
Oh, yeah.
And not in like that I think he's going to be bad. I don't think he will live. And I don't want that to happen, but I trust nothing from Rebecca and what she says. I have an awful feeling. I had an awful feeling about Mira too, and then she died and lived, and I'm like, is she going to die again? But I just trust nothing when it comes to that. I'm also Imogen and Garrett, I think, and Mira and her dude. Yeah, Imogen has a crush on Garrett. So I am here for it. And Broccoli, we'll talk about him more later. I did like Mira and her guy. I like how none of us could remember, minus Beth, none of us could remember his name. And I could remember Traeger, and I don't know if it's because like he died. But I was like, who's the other guy? Drake. I need Imogen to find Garrick and finally actually do something about it. I think the way that this ended, hopefully that changes something, as long as Garrick isn't the other brother. but I don't think he is, and we'll get to that later. Oh my gosh, I had to look it up when everybody was talking about broccoli because I completely forgot who that was until all the internet was
Dang.
talking about it. Wendy,
I mean, it is
really?
like 2 paragraphs.
Even Rebecca Yaros was like,
You guys
that's
spent
what you
way too
guys
much.
picked up on.
Yeah.
And people, there's like fandoms, there's merch.
Oh my
there's
god, I've seen so many like AI memes of it.
the orange little kitten.
Yeah.
I've been begging Matt. I'm like, can we please get an orange cat too? Nesta needs a
No,
friend.
she doesn't. She has friends.
But we won't name it broccoli, we'd name it carrot.
No.
I am so scared for Taryn. Since Violet has two, I feel like one can die.
I feel like that's what I had thought from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like once she got to, was like, and then after it explained like the bond and everything, I was like, well,
Yeah, we're gonna
that's
lose
not
one.
good.
And then we lost one. I completely unexpected, did not expect Indarna to leave. I was shocked. I literally went upstairs because I was reading down here and I was like, I am not okay. I am not okay.
Yeah, we'll get to that because I have some questions about that one.
Hopefully, we have an hour left. This is what I'm saying.
Dude, we're not even like, we're halfway in at this point.
I know it's crazy. Oh, good point. Yeah, I think that was a great perspective from April. Team Broccoli. Oh my gosh, April, that makes so much sense. Her character is so different in this book. It is. And I didn't think about it in that way, and I'm here for it. Can Sigale turn into a wyvern, lose some feet? I was gonna say, I don't think that's how that works, but I feel like we don't know anything about what the dragons can and cannot do.
Well, we don't even know everything about Venom because look at Theo. Like, there's a whole thing said about like her retaining her
I don't know.
signet, right?
Oh, yeah, because
so like she can hold her signet
Mhm.
after she turned, and like based on the research, that wasn't supposed to happen, right?
Mhm.
So like they're back at square one about the Venom. Like we
Well,
don't know
and then, like,
shit
I
about
don't-
this.
I don't trust Violet's parents either, because here we thought it was her big bad mama, and then now we're like, wait, I don't know if I can
Right.
trust her dad anymore.
Right, especially after the comments with the bookstore.
Yeah, like it's wild. Just lose. I think Indarna may have changed the bond. Yeah, I still do not understand any of what happened, which I think was the intention that Rebecca was trying to do, is that because she went away and then was back.
Okay, so I'm gonna shoot my shot now here.
Okay.
So they can control time, right? Or they can slow it down or whatever. So I saw a theory about like, you know how like in the book it was like not that long after
Oh,
left. Well, the theory was that when she goes away, like time stops for them or whatever. So she was actually gone for way long, like I think it was a year or whatever they said. Which makes sense because when she came back, she was way stronger than when she left, right? So like,
Well, I mean,
that's a theory I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she was gone longer than what the book perceives. Because
Yeah, I saw that too. Mm-hmm.
Well, because I saw something about like where she had to be, it was such a long flight and like it wasn't possible. And I'm like, I feel like we don't know enough.
I mean, we know nothing about them.
I know.
Except that they can show up
Camouflage
and like invisible.
Yeah.
They can stop time and they're just like creepers by
And
watching all the
they
time.
hate humans. And they're like, have no empathy to like stop anything. And
Right.
yeah. I actually was really disappointed. I hated the earrings. They're awful.
They were scary.
Yeah.
Yes.
That made me so sad. Brennan's possible lover saved him. Yes. Naolin is who's okay. Thank you. I will die on the hill that Brennan is the brother at the end.
Same. I'm with you on that one.
I'm so torn.
I am too.
I'm so on that hill because when they saved Mira, he didn't have a mark on him,
Mm-hmm.
and either did Douchey Dane. That's why I think Dane turned before.
But Rebecca
Because his dad is one.
she said, keep track of who's not there at the end. And that's
Right.
why I was like trying to re-listen, because we have a lot of people missing in action, right? And so that's where I'm like, she knows what she did.
I know.
I'm stuck between it either being Brennan or Bodhi.
Well, see, and I've seen stuff about Garrett too. So I don't know.
Is that just because the one line, it's all yours now?
Yeah, that and him being at MIA.
Right.
So, and there was something else. I can't remember the other part of it. I was trying to deep dive it, but there's somebody who's on to the Garrick thing. There's something else that happened, and he acted weird or something. I can't remember.
My favorite theory was that there's eggs missing, and those were promised to the island, and that Garrick is the one taking those eggs.
He's the time jumper or whatever.
The
right?
distance wielder.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And so that's why it would make sense that he could quickly do that. So that's why that's my only reason where he's like not my top 2.
Yeah.
For being the brother. And Bodhi's song that Rebecca picked is I Look in People's Windows.
Oh.
And I just re-listened to the part with him with Theophany. He was like, no, you can't get in my head. You can't get in my head. And I'm like, oh yeah, see, he's good. And then I'm like, but what if she did? But what if she did?
Yeah.
So I go back and forth because I also love the Brennan idea. Like the mark missing, like
I'm dying on that.
It's gonna kill me that we're gonna have to wait so long to find out.
Yeah.
I don't think it's ever said who saved Brennan, but in theory, Naolan did. Yeah. That's my hill I die on. Because I just think the way that Taran shuts it down, he will not talk about Naolan. And how could you save someone without pulling from the source? Like, yeah, you could use all your power to the point where you die.
Yeah.
But I don't think so.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it. No. Like, we don't talk about
Bruno.
We also talk to PETA haters.
Great.
Oh, you guys are hilarious. I think Sam is Benin. Did you see her eyes in TikTok? The song was suspicious. My eyes, I was like, my eyes have never looked bluer as when I'm trying to cosplay Benin.
That's funny.
Also, I looked up getting like color contacts. You can't really get them. Like, you have to get them prescribed because they'll mess up your eyes. And I'm like, why does the one thing I want to actually be able to cosplay require a prescription?
Right.
Kat and Riddick would make for an entertaining dialogue.
That's funny.
She would kill him.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, a Riddick love arc. I need a whole book. Aiden.
I want one from his point of view.
Oh, that'd be great.
Rebecca promised no one would be saved except Broccoli. She said Broccoli will live the whole series. She's like, I'm not going to kill a cat. And then Fantasy Fangirls are like, you can't kill dragons. She's like, meh.
Well, and she also said that once someone becomes too pure and too perfect, she kills them.
That is why she killed Liam.
Wow.
She said
he was too perfect.
There was no character development. There was nothing to change about him, and that's why she killed him.
That's funny. Poor Liam.
It's funny and terrifying.
Yeah.
She is super sus. What about Halden's brother? I like him. Arik. I love Arik. That is true too. Because some people think Arik is the other brother too.
Right.
But I don't know, because I feel like
he was definitely holding out because he can see things.
And he knows all the languages?
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but his signet was what
foresight.
Yeah. Foresight. Mm-hmm.
So like he essentially knew everything that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So why wouldn't
But to me, he was like he knew to get the rune the rune. It's not a rune, is it? The dagger or whatever from the
Oh, yeah.
temple. Like he knew to do that, and I
Mhm.
just don't feel like he would change in this moment. Not saying it's completely out, but like he did so much to save everything, and he knew what was happening that if he changed, we'd be screwed. However, they're saying they like all things in balance, and the reason these signets are manifesting now is to counterattack the Venin. So I'm like, what Venin knows what's gonna happen? Because that's scary.
Mhm.
Now that we know that Theophany was actually a weather wielder in
Right.
contradiction to Mama Sorengale,
Right.
like my brain is like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Now we have to like compete with everything. Like that's terrifying. Oh, I loved him too. There's so many good characters. I only remember Traeger's name because I like the grill. That's
That's
why
funny.
I remember it. All I could think was the grill too.
Nesta needs a friend. Oh,
Oh
funny.
yeah, I see Nesta.
No.
I was like, my brain.
Broccoli.
She has
You need a
friends.
broccoli.
I
don't
will
know about
say
an orange
she's a
cat, though.
handful. If we were to get another cat, it would be an older cat that would
Not
probably
gonna
hate
happen.
her.
Yeah.
You guys need to understand it took me months to get one cat, and we have never had more than one cat, so I don't know
You'll
if
never
that will
have more than
happen.
one cat.
She has brothers. She's fine.
Exactly.
She does.
She plays with them. It's all good.
It's because it's Drake. Drake is kind of bland as far as names and side character in the series.
And he's right.
Stop. Team Kendrick Lamar.
Lamar.
That's funny. That's
I was
hysterical.
so not okay over Narnat.
No.
I know.
I did not expect a full like Jedi moment there. Like that's
Mhm.
how I felt. I was like, without spoiling anything, but like
Right.
I just
Yes.
felt like, oh,
No,
okay.
don't take her.
I was like, fine, just give up on your found family for
Right.
your awful biological
Right.
family. Blech.
Mhm. Yeah.
But whatever. I want Arik and Sloane to get together personally.
That's funny.
That would be too powerful of a couple, I feel like. I really love Arik. Honestly,
I thought you were a
nope,
Holden
I'm
lover.
not gonna.
Ew. Oh, sorry.
You went on your whole Dane tangent. Go ahead and go on your Holden.
You're right.
There's no Halden tangent here. He's awful.
Oh my gosh. Have you
When?
seen I've seen the memes where it's saying like he's Prince Charming from Shrek.
Oh,
my
yes.
I was
That's
cracking
great.
up. Now I can't see anything else but that.
That's
hilarious.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then him riding in the little basket.
Whoosh, whoosh.
Oh my god, have you guys seen the meme of that one? It's on TikTok. They made an AI meme of him in the basket.
Oh, that's
And it
so
is
great.
hilarious.
Oh my gosh, that's so great.
I love Arik so much. Like, so if we didn't have Zayden, I'm not saying I want this to happen. I'm saying if there was no Zayden, Arik would be my next favorite.
Mm-hmm.
You want to switch?
Chair does not come to you, man.
I'm sorry. Oh, Matt, that makes sense. We have the theories. Were they our own? Not necessarily, but Andarna could only slow time as a feather tail. But the Irids are feather tails.
Yeah. She chose.
So what could like the Irids like come get her and like slow down time to get her there,
Yeah.
you know?
Because we don't know anything about him, right?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
like,
Which is super exciting for the next book. Like,
yeah.
we're
Well,
gonna
the thing that bothered me is that like she went away and it was so heartbreaking, and then she was back, and that was the only like real issue I had. It like this was a lot of like, it wasn't like rip my heart out, let me just like bleed here on the floor. It was like, and Darna's gone.
Yeah.
Like I'm super sad. Oh, she's back, but we don't know why or like any of the context. But she's back, and then oh, Mira's dead. Mira's not dead, and I was like, okay, well,
there was a lot of that.
now I'm
noise,
now I'm getting kind of like glossed over, and so, and then the ending to me wasn't nearly as like devastating as the ending of Iron Flame, but it still is like,
Right.
wait, what?
Yeah.
What? And I like, to me, it just didn't have as huge of an impact as an ending, but I still really liked the way it ended.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, I know nothing. Wait, and Darna could only stop time as a juvenile, though, so at least by all indications in the book. Yeah, he's speculating on the fact that we just don't know about it, and it being a feather tail, and like the Irids choosing feather tails.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just awful.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Bodhi. He was constantly resisting listening to Xaden. Yeah, and I think it was like a really huge part when Theophany was there with Violet and Bodhi, and she's like, come on. She's like, you're always second best. You're there. Like, you're just a backup, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you can't get in my mind. You can't. And I'm like, do you know it's a perfect time to get in someone's mind when they think that they're fine and they're actually not. But honestly, who knows anymore? I give up trying to guess what she'll do.
Really.
And that's why I love it, though. I love that it's not easy. If it was easy to guess, and like she even said, like, she won't give us answers because she likes us speculating and theorizing, because it wouldn't be that fun if she told us everything. Brennan was there at the end. He stopped the one guy from killing Violet. Matt will fight you. That's the hard part, too, is if you don't listen to these interviews with Rebecca, it's so hard to really know. And sometimes I think she says stuff to like guide us, and then sometimes I think she does it to twist everything that we possibly know.
Okay, so here's something. What if, theoretically, Brennan knows how to pull from both?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he figured out how to pull from both.
And like how to heal himself?
Yeah, so technically he's not Venom. He would be essentially the cure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, because Violet said
he's the best mender
ever.
Yeah.
They've ever had. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And who was it? Violet that said like Mira's wound should not have been mendable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because I just listened to this part. Also, she's like, Brennan, you need to save her. You need to. How do you mend a slit throat?
A slit throat, like blood
packet full of
like
gauze.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I just re-listening to this again, like literally an hour and a half ago. I was like, how do you save someone from that? Like, that to me, I was like, that's not possible. But then he did. So that's why I was like, I trust nothing.
Yeah.
And also the fact that when Sloane said no one should be this powerful to Dane, like, what does this mean?
Right. Yeah.
What does this mean? Also, what if the whole last scene was a dream and it was Violet messing in someone's dream and none of it was real, like the last scene in Vampire Diaries?
Oh no.
Just spoil Vampire Diaries for me.
Yeah.
JK. Matt loves it. I'm not a fan.
I'm on season 5.
Oh, you got a long way to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not my favorite.
I have to watch in a different room.
I'm hooked now. I haven't watched it in a while. I mean, like a week.
That's a while.
Yeah.
I can't. It's just not my cup of tea. But I don't think it's a dream. But honestly, now with her being a dream walker, also I was
boring.
so underwhelmed until Rebecca said we only know 10% of her capabilities with it, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
That's why you got to listen to the interviews, which is really frustrating because it's like so much context. But I just listened to it today. Yeah, she said we only know 10% of the dream walking.
Well, it got more interesting when Xaden could feel that she was there.
Yeah.
Like, because then, so can she interact? Like, can she intervene? Can it be,
Well, and so with Arik being able to see in the future, would she one day be able to go into his dream and manipulate it to change it? I think she's going to be able to manipulate dreams, and that somehow changes.
That's a good theory. That's cool.
I can get behind that one.
Yeah,
I don't know how or why or anything, but I feel like she is going to be able to manipulate dreams that changes something.
Yeah.
And with Arik being able to actually see the outcomes, I'm like, is there a way she could go into that
Yeah.
and then change an outcome or force an outcome for them to be able to? I don't know. That's a theory I have. That's like my own.
Okay.
I don't have a lot of those, but that's my one. It's also very Twilight coded with Xaden going, I don't want to hurt you during sex.
Right.
You're too potent.
Right.
Yes. I felt like this book was a little bit of all my favorite things. A little bit of Pirates of the Caribbean, a little bit of Twilight, a little bit of Mandalorian, Star Wars-ish. There's one more. What am I missing? There's another one, but I definitely I was like, she just picks like some of my favorite things from my all-time favorite. Like speaking of which, like the compass. The compass is going to mean something.
Yeah,
maybe
it has to. Right?
Maybe she uses it like I know to find Xaden. I think it's going to be like in Pirates of the Caribbean, where you want it and you find it.
I wish it was jar dirt.
But what if it's well, we got a rusty bucket.
True.
We don't have jar dirt, but we got a rusty bucket.
Right.
And I think Rebecca said in one of her interviews that all of them will play into something. You know, because broccoli
what's a slap in the face play into?
Yeah.
I think that was the universe being like, hey, this is what everybody wants. But I think like the compass could be like her finding her way in dreams.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm just thinking, I'm a compass girl, if you guys don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I have a tattoo compass.
Ooh, I got tattoos too.
I have a tattoo compass.
Yeah, but do you have a rebellion mark? No, you don't. I had it before it was cool.
I had it before it was cool. I started the trend.
He did not start the trend, but he is.
I kept it alive.
He's in the cliche. Yeah, every time Xaden was worried about being with Violet, I only thought of Vampire's Graving.
That's so funny. Yeah.
And Vampire Diaries.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're my own personal brand of heroin.
Right?
Oh.
That's so funny.
I love that Twilight reference. Could Arg Signet alter Melgren's? Is Melgren? And honestly, I trust one.
Yeah.
Like all the stuck up snobby leadership.
Right.
Is Venom.
Well,
yeah.
Or at least works with them.
Like Dane's dad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I feel like he has to be. Like, why can he be that big of a douche without you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right.
Also, on your Brennan theory, her mama or her dad said to only trust Mira. Like they think that Brennan is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
her dad said that.
But I feel like that has to also mean something.
I want to know what dirt Granny has.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Me too.
Granny's got the good dirt.
Like, is Theophany her mom or aunt or whatever?
Well, Rebecca said that her parents are her parents.
Okay.
She did.
So she did say that. She cleared that up. Because even I was like, is Theo like part of the family line somehow?
Especially immediately when she had silver hair.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my speculations. Well, of course, Rebecca did it on purpose, but.
And I was so annoyed when they went to the aisle and they all had silver hair, and then they just like brush past that. I'm like, wait, the hair.
Hold on.
The hair.
Right.
But then we found out that she was like somewhat dedicated to Dune, and that's why her hair is silver. Yeah. But we still don't know like why.
What does that mean?
Well, except like I just re-listened to this part. That's the only reason I know. Like Brennan and Mira were talking about because she was broken. And so is it were they really truly trying to fix her in her ailments? Mm-hmm. Like and that was why they decided to get her partially dedicated. Also, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Because there's only 2 gods that they said that you can be fully dedicated to. And then they said it was also like illegal to even have like a child dedicated. And so then it's like, what does this all mean?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know that they would slow time to take her back though. Yeah, I don't know if they would either.
But maybe she has so much to catch up on. They slow time to catch it all up.
Because they said that it would take a year for her to train.
My biggest thing is like I don't know why she was back so quick. Like,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because she severed the bond.
yeah.
The bond went dark. So yeah, what
But just
made
for her to come
back?
back, yeah, like something had to have happened in that time. Because I just can't see it being like, oh, sorry, Vi, and then like, oh no, that's a bad idea. Like,
Yeah.
that's just
The
weird.
progression didn't make sense to me. That's why I
No.
was trying to find
Yeah.
a different because
Or the earage shut him down. The earage shut down the bond. And she became all crazy teenager on him and was like, let me out.
Yeah.
I could totally see that too.
It has to be more than what
Yes.
just like, oh, bye, and then back.
Right. Yeah.
Because something huge has to change in that timeline. But we only get Violet, so it's
Yeah.
Violet's and Imogen and Rhiannon's and
Zayden's.
But like we need more.
Need all of them.
It was just a flesh wound.
I mean, being stabbed is just a flesh wound.
Right. Fine.
See, everything y'all are saying is what frustrated me so much. I just didn't enjoy it. Oh, but see, this is what I love.
This is the fun part of it.
Yeah.
But I get when
Yeah.
it just feels so overwhelming that you're like, I don't know. Like, I don't trust anything. But hopefully, in the long run, when the whole series is complete, you can go back and reread and it makes so much more sense and it doesn't feel like this amount of anxiety.
See, because for me, I read a lot of nonfiction, especially like Roman. Well, like Roman era, World War II. Like I read a lot of nonfiction, so this is super fun for me. Just being like, bleh.
Yeah.
Like I don't know the outcome, so like it's fun.
Yeah. And we're in the middle of a series, so like we have no idea what's gonna happen. There's 2 more books left.
Well, Vampire Diaries is better than Twilight, so
no worries.
That's funny.
I'll disagree with that. With Vampire Diaries is better than Twilight. No,
Damien's so much better than Edward.
True. You gotta press through and watch till you.
I cannot stand any of the characters. I hate them all.
Well, and you hate the main girl, so that
I can't stand her. Like her voice, her personality, everything about her. I'm like, just turn this crap off.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh.
But Twilight, I'm talking about book Twilight, not movies.
Right.
I said Twilight. My bad. I was thinking Twilight in my brain, but then I was saying something else. Maybe she can kill in dreams, Freddy Krueger.
Yes, let's go.
I also felt like, because when Zayden was like, what are you doing here? I was like, I feel like this is going to be a tangible thing. Yeah. Also, because their dreams felt so real, like especially Zayden's dreams with the Venin. I think the Venin can communicate with like the sages, or I get really bad at like the hierarchy, but I feel like they can communicate with their lower Venin through dreams.
Right.
And
it says that they can feel, or like they can feel their presence or whatever. So yeah, it would make sense.
I feel like the dreams are gonna play way more into it, and that's
it has to, because really, if that's gonna be her second signet, like you got to do something with it, because otherwise it's like.
Oh, Rebecca pretty much said we know nothing about it.
So it's definitely going to come full circle.
Because I was. At first I'm like, but then I'm like, wait. Yeah. I think this is going to be really cool. Yes, and Zayden said that she meddles when in others' dreams. He said that he wanted to put his hands down, but lifted it instead.
Okay. So let's give it.
So I'm gonna go to bed soon. I'll watch the rest in the morning. Thanks for joining, Tina. I hope you enjoyed the part you were here for, and maybe this will help you get through the low part of it. She is most definitely going to use that compass to find Zayden. Oh my gosh. I got it tattooed right here. I don't have an arrow on mine either. Don't worry, bye. I'm right there with you. I will say, I think I'll not continue with this series. I just get the spoilers as the other books come out. Aw, I'm sorry. I'll share all this the
Right.
theories and
Exactly.
spoilers with you. So sassy about the tattoos. I'm sassy because he just got a ton of tattoo work done, and I haven't gotten this since my 30th birthday.
It's been 8 years.
It wasn't that long. And Darna does what she wants. So the possibilities are endless. It really
Wow.
is. Matt, how often do you think of the Roman Empire?
That's great.
Wasn't this a whole trend for a while?
Well, it's what is your Roman
What is
Empire?
the Roman Empire?
But your Roman Empire is the Roman
Is the Roman Empire.
A lot.
He also loves Greek mythology
Yeah.
and Shakespeare.
So a lot.
Yeah.
Vampire Diaries, the show is better than Twilight, the movie. Vampire Diaries book is so not better than Twilight book. There we go. They are both great in
Ooh,
their
I
own
like
way.
this next one.
I was getting so tired of Violet having the dreams with the sage in it and saying it was only a dream. I was yelling at her, he is really there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, like the dreams, I was so confused and it makes sense. I thought it was the bond, you know, why she was
right.
seeing like Zayden's stuff. Cause like I was like, this isn't her dream. That doesn't make sense. But I thought it was the bond, which I think she did intentionally.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, that's crazy. I definitely think this is going to lead to something.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with Xaden saying it doesn't matter if she's their best weapon. They'll kill her if they find out about the dream walking. I feel like that was a little bit of a nod to the potential power.
Yeah.
Xaden definitely helped hype it up after. I think we're all like, what? And then we're like, wait, if Xaden thinks it's crazy powerful, it has to be crazy powerful.
Yeah.
Especially because he's an intrinsic, which is also crazy. And a shadow wielder.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you?
We already kind of touched on that one.
Okay, well, I was gonna do Broccoli and other favorite side characters.
Broccoli.
Did anyone else feel like the point of views at the end of the book being Ree's and like, Imogen's like kind of just filler instead of
they did feel Imogen felt random. Like
I felt like Ree's
thought Ree's was super like just kind of like okay.
Like
hers like at least with Imogen you got to see like her saying goodbye to her friend.
Right.
But like with Ree's, I was like I felt like that gave us nothing, which I feel like it's the exact opposite of what is going to happen.
In the next book, that's probably like, bam, right away.
Because I don't know if a direct question was asked about why she did different POVs, but she made a comment about like POVs. Rebecca gave a comment saying like the POVs make a huge difference in like storytelling and giving you information you need to know. And so like reading it, I was like, this doesn't tell us anything.
Yeah. It was just telling it from her perspective when it was her time to be in the story. You know, like it just was like, here's what you missed on the other side of the mountain.
That's how I felt. It was like in other news.
Right. It was just a news report.
Yeah. That's how I felt too, which means like I just feel like with them having to cut so much out of the book, because she said she had to cut chapters out of the book because she was way over. I feel like they have to be important because why else would she put them in there?
Yeah.
Unless it's to build up more point of views in the next book. That's fine. What are you doing?
This goes with it.
I'm wondering if since Xaden is gone, we are going to get a lot of other perspectives in the next book. So she was prepping us. Yeah. But I still feel like it has to be.
There's something that was left out from either Ree's perspective. I think some was left out from her perspective because that one to me was like, cool. Like,
yeah, I felt
there was
like
nothing there for me.
Yeah, I mean, you got to see like their bond with their dragon, which was kind of cool.
Other than that, it was.
Yeah, it felt really random.
Yeah, so I feel like there's more that was cut out that we're gonna figure out.
Yeah.
I just think I trust nothing because the smallest thing ends up being something crazy.
Yes.
Broccoli.
There's people that think broccoli is the cure. Like broccoli is the cure.
I've seen that broccoli is now Andarna's rider. Like
That's hysterical. Oh
I've
my
seen a
God.
ton of them.
Well, orange and gold, I guess
Right.
it would go together.
Well, I mean, technically she's any color now, but
True.
I have such a hard time with that because I
know.
want her to be gold forever.
Yes.
I mean, it's really cool that she can like change colors and everything, but in my head, Andarna will always be gold. I just want to say, if I didn't love Riddick before, he is by far one of my all-time favorite characters ever. Like, he is hilarious.
Yeah.
The fact that he proved that you can be funny and serious, that him and Atrum, him and his dragon are freaking hilarious.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. I absolutely everything about him. Like, Riddick was your favorite before.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, yep,
Yeah,
signed, sealed, delivered. When he was
We'd be
stabbed,
friends.
I was like, stop.
Right.
'Cause when I was reading it, I'm like, Riddick is in this way too much. They need to stop. If
He's
they
the comic
kill,
relief.
but I was so worried she was
I
going to
think
kill him.
I think he's next.
I'll be very angry.
I think he's next because he's getting to that
Too perfect.
develop.
I don't like that theory.
Trust me, when I figured out or when I heard Rebecca say that, I was like, well, damn.
Yeah.
Right. There goes Riddick.
Goodbye, Riddick. I love Riddick so much.
We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight.
Cats are the cure to everything, therefore.
Right. So great.
I agree. Just kidding. I don't know. Nessa's a wild thing. She is definitely going through her teenage Andarna phase right now.
That's so great.
And like, so she used to love being like held, and now she's like, don't hold me until I want to climb on you and snuggle. And then I'm gonna snuggle. But if you pet my belly, I will bite. And
Oh my gosh.
But then she's like, let me love you and snuggle. Just sweet baby. And then she's awake, and then she's like clawing at everything. And you're like,
oh my gosh.
hot and cold. Maybe broccoli isn't really a cat.
Ooh.
That's a theory. Is broccoli or maybe a carrot?
Right. Yeah.
It's a little bit interesting in the different POVs. My initial thought is setting up the divide for the next book. Agreed.
I can get behind that too.
Yeah.
So do we think that the divide's going to be like the rebellion relics versus like are they going to keep that split?
No, I think the rebellion people are pretty much like they're integrated now.
Okay.
Just listening to the Fantasy Fangirls, like, and like the whole thing in the beginning of like them fighting and like, I think that is like starting. They're all like having to work together. Do we
think that a lot of the rebellion's gonna go away now that Xaden is fully turned? Because he's like one of the most powerful signets they've ever seen.
Well, I think that's why Bodhi changes though too.
I
think that's why Bodhi is Venom, and because Xaden is resisting, that's where I think Bodhi's like, cool, I'll be more powerful. But yeah, I'm curious on how much POV we're gonna get from other characters. Yeah. I don't mind multiple POV, but I love Violet so much. But how much information can we truly get from just her point of view? But maybe that means more Xaden point of views because
they're gonna have to set up the Venom side of it, so you're gonna get more.
I'll be excited for the graphic audio. I will say.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
For ONYX Storm, and if they do go like more POVs throughout the whole book.
Yeah.
Maybe Ree is because she got a POV. I just like
it's so hard to tell with the POVs because like they were so random to me.
Yeah.
So how do you like?
Right.
I know. There's gotta be little Easter eggs.
Everyone's gonna die right because they were all transcribed by Jasenia.
Yeah.
Well, that's
everyone's gonna die.
That is the truth. That is what.
If you read the little excerpts on top, because I do.
He told me one time he didn't, and I chewed him out. He's like, I was joking.
Oh my gosh, she went off on a.
I was like, how could you not read that? I thought he was serious. But I just get really annoyed at how fast of a reader he is too, that if he was skipping those, it made sense because I'm like, there's no way you could read that fast. But he's a stupid fast reader and I hate it.
Wendy, we're gonna fight too.
I thought Riddick was going to be taken for sure in this book. Why is that fighting? Or
No, wait.
Stop
No, just-
jumping!
He's reading ahead.
When he got stabbed, I was like, stop it right now. You give Garrick the poor cake. He's dying.
That
Then-
was hilarious though, because I would have eaten cake too. I'm like, oh, sweets? Bam.
I got this.
The whole time I'm like, y'all are dumb. Dumb. Why would you eat anything?
Because I'm hungry.
You're getting
Because
chocolate
it's cake.
for your birthday this year.
I did imagine the scene in Matilda with
Yep.
Yes!
Yep.
What?
What?
Ah.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe you need 3 cats. Nesta, Elaine, and Feyre.
Oh my gosh.
I love that idea.
Mhm.
I love that idea.
I will get you.
I love
Listen,
that.
Linda. I will get you stuffed animals. Problem solved.
Problem solved.
I love that idea. That is my new bucket list. That is my Roman Empire now.
Oh boy.
Rebecca is going to wait until the day before graduation. You can't die. We said we would all live.
Oh my.
I'm mad at you right now. That is totally what's going to happen. It is. It is because they've all made it. Like, what are the chances? I mean, Liam, but like, and Sawyer lived.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
The main bunch.
and like,
besides Liam.
yeah, and they're like, we are gonna stick together. And like, I feel like Liam wasn't even in that. Like, he came in later, you know, so it wasn't that initial group, but that initial group, man. Oh man, I don't like that. I mean, Imogen so far is my favorite side character. Well, hopefully we get more POVs from her.
Yeah.
And she finally goes for Garrick, because I'm totally for that too.
That'd be great.
Aren't the rebellion children still tied to Xaden though? I mean, probably. They probably are.
Right.
I mean,
I was just trying to think of ways that it would change now because of that he went to
he went away. We don't know where he went.
Like the fact that he did change into Venom, like
yeah. So many theories. I mean, because are they like tied to him in more that like they feel like they owe him because they are alive because he was willing to take those lashes and those burdens? You know, it's more of a like a personal like I owe them versus like magical. So I don't know, but maybe that's also why Bodhi turned. You know, maybe I don't know. I'm going more with the characters who still hold out for Xaden and the ones who think Violet will be better without him. Ooh. I don't even know how to respond to that. That's going to be a deep thinking one.
Yeah.
Because it is crazy on the people who are okay with it and the ones who aren't okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think on that.
That's another thing that is gonna keep me up at night.
Good job.
Thanks, Beth. It can be recovered from Basgiath, even if people survive the destruction of the college, which I think is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's going to be a big thing, obviously, with the Veil and the college.
Yeah, I mean, they talk about like how we know nothing about the Veil, how like people aren't allowed there, they're very picky. I feel like
I think it's going to be very much.
And the series is called Empyrean. It is about the dragons.
Right, F them people.
And like, oh my gosh, we haven't even talked about the freaking gods. I didn't think that was going to play a role into anything.
Right.
Here we are, knowing all of these 6 gods. And like, they pointed out on Fantasy Fangirls, like 6 gods, 6 of the strongest riders, 6 dragon breeds.
Mm-hmm.
Like, And then, but now we know there's a magic number of 7, and like, what the heck does that
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
Like, is someone gonna be a god?
Right.
Riddick.
That would be epic. Oh my god. That'd be so great. He'd be like a Hades. That'd be so great.
Okay, so because like I wrote this down because we have Malik is the god of death, Dune is the goddess of war, Amari is the queen of gods, Zanal is god of luck. The love one is Loyal or I don't remember how to say it. And then Hedian is the god of wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
So what would Riddick be the god of? There's already a god of love.
Thing is,
but
the god of gods.
Yeah. And so the queen of gods is the king of gods.
Exactly. That'd be so great.
I like it.
Well, I guess like someone's theory was that Zanal is who Riddick is tied to because it's the god of luck and he is like lucky and like I don't know.
In more ways than one.
Wait, hang on. The Matilda scene, no. Poor Garrick. Matt's never gonna let us hang out ever again. I'm in.
That's funny.
We'll just do it without him knowing. Yes, I think it was a magic bond. If anyone steps out of line, he would die. That is true.
Oh yeah, that was
good.
But he made that, didn't he make that with Violet's mom? So like is it now that she's dead, does it still hold true?
Good question. Rebecca?
You're right.
Let me just call up Rebecca, right? Rebecca! Maybe I was reading too much into it. But I mean, that was a huge deal. I could see it being a deeper meaning than more than just Basgiath and like them being riders and all of that. Shut your face. We can fix it. I can fix them. No, really, I can. For all my Swifties. No, based on what Imogen said in Iron Flame, Sam, she made practice sound like it's more than just symbolic. Made the practice. What do you mean? Sorry, I'm blanking.
Is that for? We've spoken a lot of.
I know it's a hard thing.
Can you elaborate on or like
the bond?
Oh, okay.
She made the practice.
Oh,
sound.
The relics?
Yes. The relic thing. Is that what you're talking about?
I like how you're like, I know, and then I don't know. Based on what Imogen said in Iron Flame, she made the practice bond the scars sound like it was more than just symbolic. Okay.
I'm tracking.
Okay. Now. I mean, it probably is. Let's be real. It probably is. But I didn't think into it. Because I was like, oh, it's just for like the riders and everything. But honestly, we know nothing.
Yeah.
He did make a deal with Lilith, and Lilith tried to explain more about it to Violet in Iron Flame, but Violet cut her off and wouldn't let her finish. Why? Why?
Stop talking. Let her finish.
I know. There's so much we don't know, and that's what I live for. I feel like the gods are definitely going to have something to do with it, too, because why else would they all of a sudden be so prevalent and so powerful? And like, how do the gods go with the dragons? Like,
right.
The Irids are like just a tiny little base of this whole thing. No, the 101 scars on his back for each child. Yeah.
I'm following now.
Yeah, that there's something. So it is.
There was something said that like for each scar, he takes full responsibility for each child, and if one happens or whatever, he'll take the punishment.
Yeah. I do remember that. To me, I just thought it was all. I thought it was for like Basgiath, like, or does it lead more into now with everything?
Well, we don't know because Violet was dumb and was like, "Shut up, Mom."
I want to hear it.
Oops. plus Violet. I think the Rebellion relic and the scars are all linked with the runestone thing Liam's mom gave all of them. Yeah, there's gonna be
There's
so,
a lot to process and a lot of.
Yeah.
and that's why I love this book because I
It's
love,
more than just surface value.
yeah,
Right. There's a lot of breadcrumbs that we'll find out stuff as it goes in the next 2 books.
I think Xaden said that if any of the 107 betray Navarre, then his life is forfeit. The scars are a reminder. He said that.
That sounds right.
But how does that work now that he's Venom?
Well, we don't know. We have to wait for the next one.
But you know what I mean? Like, I guess, like, I didn't read much into it because, like, to me, I'm like, now we're getting even more into, like, all of Navarre. And I will say, geography was not my strong suit, so I really need to, like, study the map and learn everything, and I hate that we only know as much as Violet knows because I was like, "Just give it all to me because I won't understand any of it right now anyways." He did say that, and we don't know what's changed now. Yeah, okay. To me, I just took it as this is where you can't take anything just as.
Yeah.
Because I just took it as, like, with Basgiath and them, you know, not betraying in the school, but because with all of Navarre, it's like, okay, well, what does that mean with the battle against Venom? And what happens once they change Venom?
Right. I'm not sure.
I'm sure we'll find out eventually. Won't be soon because
Right.
Rebecca is going to write a contemporary in between, and then she'll come out with that.
Right on.
Okay, so we are 10 minutes out. I feel like we talked about most of the stuff. I just had like favorite scenes, favorite quotes.
Who's the new brother?
Cool. Yeah, we talked a little bit about that. There's so much. I'm so sorry. I wish we could talk forever about everything. But one thing I think will be fun to do that everyone can participate in is rank the 3 books. What is your favorite, second favorite, and third favorite now that all 3 are out and you've read them? Rank them.
I would go 3, 1, 2.
No, say them out loud.
I'll go Onyx Storm, Fourth Wing, Iron Flame.
I think that's what I would go with too.
Copier.
No, I don't know. Fourth Wing, like, there's something about the first book and getting into the world the first time that I will always love. But I feel like this book, I don't know. Maybe I'll do Fourth Wing, Onyx Storm, Iron Flame.
That's where I'm at.
Onyx Storm, I'm pretty dang close.
Yeah. I would almost call it a tie between Fourth Wing and Onyx Storm because I still think of Iron Flame. Like I still think of her killing people, outwitting them by killing them or defeating them by outwitting them. Like she used her strong points in her potions and all the things, that she outwitted. So I still think a whole lot about Fourth Wing.
Yeah.
But I really liked how this all came together. I love even movies that you're confused the entire movie until the very end and it gets revealed. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to watch it again and see it all come together, So that's why I like Onyx Storm. And Iron Flame just was information. It was a bridge to get from here to there. Like,
I will say, I think the ending of Iron Flame was my favorite, though.
Yeah, I would agree.
In like the worst way. Like,
right.
That's when I have never felt that deeply unwell about a book.
Yeah.
In years. Like, I physically and emotionally were so unwell. And for a book to make me feel that, I loved it. I had no idea that Xaden was going to turn.
Right.
I had no inkling in my brain that that was even a thing that was going to happen. And
Yeah.
that shook up the whole series for me. And that's why, like, I know a lot of people had a lot of flack with Iron Flame, and there's just, I agree, like,
The progression was slow.
the whole
Yeah.
book as itself wasn't, like, as amazing as these other ones, but
Mhm.
because of that ending, I still, like, that
Yeah.
was, like, my favorite ending. And had they left Onyx Storm off with Indarna leaving and, like, that been it, that would have rocked my world. But
Yeah.
that wasn't,
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, this ending still, I
Yeah.
am like, "Wait, what?" But I'm also like, we don't get a wedding scene in another
Right.
freaking series? I am not okay. Like,
Yeah.
come on. Like, that just made me angry. But my whole world, I feel hopeful. Like, I feel hopeful after this book.
Yeah.
Where after Iron Flame, I felt nauseous. I felt ill. I felt, oh my gosh, I didn't know how to
hope that
function.
Imogen will get a point of view in the next book about what she took away.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like if that doesn't happen, it'll be because Violet, even in this book, shared a memory with Xaden through the bond. I'm pretty sure it was a spicy one, but
Oh God, yes.
but I feel like when everything is happy and magical and Xaden is saved, he will share that memory back with Violet.
Mm.
And if, stop reading.
I'm sorry.
And if and if Imogen is able to give memories back, then like I want that to happen. But
Yeah.
anyways, that's my theory with that. Okay. Wait, okay. I don't think it was ever for Navarre, at least not the way Lilith thought it would be. Otherwise, something would have happened when they started smuggling weapons.
That's fair.
Well, now my brain is like
Toasted. 132. Mm-hmm. A lot of that going on.
Onyx. Ooh, fourth wing Iron Flame. It's so close. I'm not sure I will stay this way, but
Ooh.
Iron Flame, Onyx Storm, fourth
Ooh.
wing. I really enjoyed Iron Flame. A lot of people, like, you think it was slow. A lot of people thought it was slow, but I was like, this is the stuff we need to build this series on.
Well, right. It's like the meat of the sandwich.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Yeah.
You need it. 1, 3, 2. Nothing beats fourth wing for me, but Onyx Storm is technically tied with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I went back and forth on this, but I think it's fourth wing, Onyx, and Iron Flame.
Yeah.
That's really interesting too, since you read them just like right now.
Bam, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Now, welcome to the torture of waiting until it comes
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
See,
Welcome to what we've been.
There's so much action in both Fourth Wing and Onyx Storm that it's like, I'm here for all of it. But I did like the world building and everything.
Yeah.
But I just like more of the the pace of Onyx Storm. I think that's the only reason I'm giving that my number one.
Yeah.
I miss the spicy of this book. However, I love that she built back up tension, because that's like my least favorite thing is once the tension is gone, you're just like, yeah, they're happy, cool, happy together, like smutty scene, cool. With this, it was like tension. Like, it's so frustrating, but you want more, but you can't have more. And I love that she brought that back. But that was like a downfall for me. Yes, I need the wedding scene. Yeah. And I need people to come out with fan art of the ring.
Yes.
Like, please.
Yeah.
I can't do it, but I need someone to do it.
Right.
I would have rioted if she left us on an moving on a cliffhanger. I just think that would have like ripped all of us to shreds.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Darna slept for almost all of Iron Flame, so
I know.
If she would have like not given us Indarna this book, I think everyone would have rioted.
Yeah. I just like still Xaden leaving and her having her memory, like, to me that's still like caught me off guard, but it didn't
Mhm.
rock me like
I
Zayden is
didn't-
spinning.
I expected in this book that Zayden to turn right and leave or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but I was not counting on Imogen taking out her memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was not on my bingo card.
Yeah, because now you're like, what happened?
Yeah.
What happened for
Mhm.
like? And I know it's probably to protect Zayden,
Right.
but I also think it's to protect Violet from
Well, 'cause
her
I
own
reread-
emotions.
I reread the last scenes like twice
Mm-hmm.
because I
Mhm.
was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, did they just Jurassic Park this scene or what? So like, I had to go back and reread it because I was a little confused. And I was like, okay,
Yeah. It was like a Vampire Diaries moment where
Mhm.
they took her memories and replaced them.
Right.
But we might get a "Where is my wife?"
Oh,
scene. I know.
yes. Let's go.
Wifey! I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm surprised there's actually hasn't been more fan art, but I mean,
Mhm.
we got lots of time, guys.
Right.
Familiar with all these
What?
book spice terms.
What do you mean? Was anyone else freaking out when Taryn almost got taken out by the tornado?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I was like,
no.
I was not expecting it, book 3. I wasn't expecting this
No.
book 3.
Right.
That's a book
And,
5 thing.
and then I was like, a tornado? That's what did it?
Right.
Because like if you like, I see people they do the like scaling online. Taryn is massive, massive. Like
Mhm.
tornado ain't gonna take him out.
Yeah.
But re-listening to the last portions with Theophany being, oh my gosh, we didn't even get to talk about her that much.
With her being the
You got another one
storm.
coming up. Limited series.
Right.
They like so Mama Sorengale was a powerful storm and weather wielder.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She was never able to produce a tornado.
Right.
That shows you how
How
strong
strong.
Theophany
Okay.
was.
Right. So it was more than just a
A
tornado.
tornado. It was a crazy havoc.
Power-backed tornado.
Yeah. Or if she can visit Zayden in his dreams, maybe
Mhm.
she can see it in his dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's how they're going to communicate.
Communicate is in dreams. Yeah.
I think we're still going to get, I don't like, maybe it's intentional, unintentional, but I think that's not done yet.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. They will be
Right.
dream scenes next book.
Yeah.
It's a fantasy it's a fantasy.
Yeah.
I like that shook me when he like touched the headboard and had channeled, and I was like,
Yes.
he's already channeling again. I wasn't expecting it to happen so quickly.
Yeah.
And him, that's when I like saw him falling apart. I'm like, oh, we're gonna lose him really quick.
Yeah.
And so by then I was like, yeah, he's gone after this book.
Yeah.
I was like, no, you can't kill Taryn yet. I know.
Yeah.
I was like, if you're gonna do it, you better give us at least
Exactly.
until the end of the series.
Right.
I don't foresee him living. I said it last book too.
Mm.
There's just so much in Iron Flame. I think there truly is. And like
Mhm.
now another book going back, I just highly
Yeah, I'll
recommend
probably go back and
Yeah.
reread from
it.
the beginning just
Yeah.
a little bit. When I was listening with Maddie, I'm like, that's crazy. Oh, it was when the Irids were saying how awful Violet was because she's so dangerous with
yeah.
like, how could you do a
Oh,
lightning wielder?
You're saying your power is only for killing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Violet, when she got her signet, she hated it.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was like, it's
Yeah.
only meant to kill. How can
Right.
this ever help? It's only meant to kill. And then the Irids are like, she's a killer. Why
Right.
the heck did you do this to her? And I'm like, that was
I
in
didn't even
book
like
one?
it.
Book one. Like, this is
Yeah.
tied.
Yeah.
Like, there's just stuff like that you wouldn't think about. And I love it. I love it. I
Yes.
love it so much. I yelled, "Are you effing kidding me?"
Right.
No, in the car on our way to North Carolina, right before my car broke down. Things weren't going well. Wendy is like, I can't handle my fictional life
Right.
and my non-fictional life.
I mean, I threw out a lot of profanities in this one.
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like, well, you guys were upstairs, and then I was just like, what? And then I also didn't like want to spoil anything, but I'm also like, you can't read faster than me. But for the love of God, please finish this book so that we can talk about it.
Right.
It's April. It would like killed me. I didn't want to push
Yeah.
you because I know you've been so busy, but I'm like,
Yeah.
please
Finish it.
someone chat.
Yes.
Talk with me. I was yelling when Nat took
Oh,
Taryn down.
That's
Nat,
what
Annette. I know.
That's the part I had to reread twice because I was like, what?
Yeah.
I know. There's just some things that they have to be way stronger than what we even know
Right.
because it just doesn't even make sense. But it's a magical tornado. Woo! Okay. Watch me outside tomorrow doing a magical tornado. Just kidding. We got too much snow for that. I told you I need more than 2 hours, Sam.
It's so
I know.
funny.
And I appreciate you guys loving this and talking about this. I know there was so much to talk about. Can we have another hour to talk? We have so much to discuss. I know. I wish we could, but it is a Monday night.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people
I
have to
have
work
the gym
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Matt and I really don't have anything planned, but we're trying to stick with the schedule. We've been pretty good with it, but I will say, I know it's money, and like I hate that. But my Patreons, we are discussing this not Saturday, a week from that Saturday, the last Saturday in February, or no, March 1st. March 1st. But yeah, I could talk about this book nonstop. I like how you go with that's how they will communicate, and I just think that's where they can bang.
Right. Oh, great.
Priorities. No.
Right.
You also wanted more spice in this book, I can tell. And that makes sense, though. Something non-magical would have been something Taryn would concern himself with. Would not be something.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I
and
get
like,
that.
nuts
But it's got to be immune with something.
But he
right?
breathes fire. It's
Yeah.
rope.
But are there, like, I feel like there's so much more with runes that we don't
Right.
even know.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Because they made a big deal in it last book and this book.
Yeah. And the sword or relic or whatever singed it. Destroyed it. So it was a magical rope.
Yeah. I just need everything. Like, I can't wait because there's a TV show coming out, and I cannot wait to see like all of this physical form. Like, is there going to be new languages now? Like, we learn to read and discuss and everything? Because I've never learned. Oh shoot, what is it that everybody from Lord of the Rings, is it Elvish?
I'm guessing so.
What is it? It's on in 17 again. He learns. They talk in the isn't it Elvish?
I think so.
I don't know.
Because there's actually like a language for it now. And like I'll learn new languages for the series.
Right.
Me barely being able to speak English. Well, and then I was at my sister's house and trying not to react because I didn't want to ruin things for my niece, and I was also trying to watch my mouth. That I also have to be up early to get injections in my spine.
Oh no.
Ouch.
I hope they help. And I hope your next trip isn't as bad and everything's good. Cortisone shots. Yeah, she threw out her back. She has to go pick up her broken down car. Poor Wendy. She needs all the prayers, you guys, and the good vibes. This discussion gives me the itch to start over and just reread. I'm really trying to resist it.
It's so hard.
We got lots of time.
Right.
But I mean, if you're having a hard time getting into any books right now, you might just have to reread and see it all like unfold again now that you've read the 3 books so far.
Yeah.
I know I'm here for it. I don't think I'll reread it just yet, but probably in a couple months. Yes, and something else I'm not 100% sure, but it better work after. Yes, the runes is the only thing that makes me think that either Markham knows runes and it's allied with Venin, or someone from Erasia is involved with the Venin.
Yeah.
I like that.
I want to know so much more about the runes, and it's so frustrating because Violet is like, I'm awful at runes. These are so hard, and everyone
Right.
else
I'll
is
do
like,
this.
yeah, and I'm like,
Mhm.
I need her to be better.
Right.
I have 2 rounds. They do help, but it can take a week to kick in. Ouch.
Yeah. I used to
Man.
get them for my knee.
Ugh.
We're going down Wednesday to get my car. I need these to work.
Yeah.
Good luck to
Hoping,
you.
praying. Ugh. But thank you guys
That
so
was
much.
super fun.
This
Yes.
was
That's
amazing.
so great.
I love discussions with you guys. It definitely just brings a whole, like, I don't even know how to say it. Like, it's magical. And I love it. And I love you guys. And I'm so thankful you guys are here. Like I said before, our March pick will be Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. And then we know that we will be doing the Book of Azrael too. I don't know exactly. Oh, yes, I do. We'll probably discuss Fear the Flames the 31st of March because that's the last Monday and the last day in March, and that'll probably just work as long as April's schedule allows it. My schedule's flexible. So that's probably when we'll discuss it. So I hope you guys are excited for another dragon book and another
Yay!
fantasy. But thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to discuss
Sweatshirts.
all the things. Oh yeah. And there is merch
Woo!
officially in my Etsy shop. Once again, it says it's our little logo on the front. It says Tales of Starlight Book Club on the front, and then on the back it says take me away with Tales of Starlight, and then it has like book club really little at the bottom. But you can finally get merch.
Yay!
I didn't wear it because then I would have to like stand up and show you, but okay. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining and being here this whole time. Thank you. I don't know if I missed anyone. Definitely could talk so much more about the books and the whole series. Well, good thing we have Patreon to look forward to, Beth. And I will do an extra one. I plan on doing at least 2 with my Patreons. Magical. Okay. Good night, guys. Love you. Bye. You gotta like pause.